Holy shit.
All the coughing and all right. This
Live
week
from the crack house.
yeah. That's what people think of us now, right?
Yeah, right.
Roll with it. Roll one.
All
Roll
right.
with it.
All right,
This
break.
week on the reseller. Oh,
Break. I'm going to do it on a count of 3. Ready? 1, 2.
this week on the Reseller Locker Room podcast, we're going to talk about how to find balance between reselling and your full-time job.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all of your freaking ages, this is the Reseller Locker Room. My name is Ben Rocky Top Picker. Up above, Chris Easy Pickens. To the right, Alex the Beard King Picker. And down in the corner below, Shane Soda City Flips. And I am joining you here in a wheelchair for episode number 46. How's it going, fellas?
What's
It's
up?
going, man. It's going.
What's up? What's up, Hot Wheels?
Crip.
Yeah, I need to get everybody stickers to put on my wheelchair now or something, you know?
I can't believe you're in a wheelchair. I figured you'd have, like a crutches or something, but
Well, we all knew Ben was headed to getting in a wheelchair. We just thought he had another 5 years before he was in a wheelchair.
Well, I mentioned
But
on my live show
happened
last
early.
night he had one foot in the grave.
Well,
yeah, you did say that. That is true.
I started on crutches, but then you know how I had my lower back muscles pulled that week we were together? Well, it
Yeah.
re-aggravated it, and I had to get rid of them. So now I've got one of those cage walkers, and then I make my way to my wheelchair, and then I roll around in my wheelchair in my house, but I can't use them crutches, man. It messed my back up.
Do you have the walker
Dang.
that goes around your toilet so you can hold yourself
Got
up
that
as you slowly
tennis
squat
balls
down?
on the bottom of it.
You're just straight bedpan under your bed?
No,
No.
Dad did bring me a urine bottle, so I didn't have to get on my recliner. I could just sit
Don't
there.
drink out of it. Don't drink out of it.
Yeah, don't drink the urine. That wouldn't be a good thing. But I think I'm the only one that actually can physically get hurt doing karaoke.
I was
I mean,
about to
seriously.
ask if you want
He
to
was
tell
running
that
and
story,
trying to do a
'cause
cool knee slide.
Well,
and he hit his
you know.
knees too hard.
It was a very good night at the Moose. Big crowd, everybody singing, dancing, having fun. And I think I was singing with this one girl. These boots were made for walking. I think as Nancy Sinatra song, these boots
Yep.
are made. Okay. And I think I lifted my left leg up to stomp my foot down real loud. Well, I did it too hard. Yeah.
You shattered your
And
leg.
I think the orthopedic says he thinks I've got a torn meniscus.
Oh my god.
From
So
a
I've got,
boot stomp.
yeah. So I got to get an MRI next week.
well, damn
That
it,
man
man.
deserves a slow clap.
What's that require? Surgery or
If it's torn, yes.
you gotta mend the meniscus?
Yep. 4 to 6
My
weeks.
knee's been bothering me for well over a month now. I haven't had it looked at because I was just kind of hoping it would go away, but it's not. I'm gonna have
Was this a
to.
Crossville injury?
Mine wasn't. Mine was hurting well before then.
No, he just got bit by something, Chris, and had his foot.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
that
How
I
does
can't.
it-
I can't lift my foot that high because I'm fat, but it's finally healing.
Wow.
It hadn't hurt anymore for a while, but have you guys ever had like a cut or something in between your toes at all in your life? It takes a while for that to heal. Well, after I cut that thing open and got all the infection and stuff out of it, not to get too disgusting on the
You're
show,
like
but
squeezing pus out of it?
yeah, it was nasty. So again, doctor thinks spider bite. I thought spider bite, but it's finally healing and everything's coming back together like it's supposed to be. But yeah, that was super painful for a while. I'm so thankful that pain went away.
It wasn't like a brown recluse or something. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
No, he was, yeah, because if it was, you'd be in way bad shape.
Yeah.
Yep.
Terrible
So,
spot. For a bite.
Ben, guess what I did all day?
What'd you do?
I was in online traffic school all freaking day. It took
How
me
much
all
was
day.
the ticket?
So if I did not do the traffic school, so if you guys are listening, I got a ticket at the 127 on the way there. I was such in a hurry to meet these guys. I was speeding, got pulled over. The ticket was going to be $240.
Oh, you're getting raped, dude. Raped.
So I had to do traffic school, which was $24 to get it to go down to 193 and not have any points on my license.
And you were how many miles over the speed limit?
16 or 17, something like that.
Holy crap. That's like getting charged for reckless driving.
Well,
so you saved $15 and you don't have points on your license. I think that's worth it, man.
How much was traffic school?
in my opinion, I'd rather have just paid the $240 and then pay more on my insurance because that wasted my whole day. But my wife's like, the whole time we've been together, you always have some sort of ticket on your driving record or something. She's like, you better do the school and not so we don't have to pay more.
How much was the school?
$24.
Oh, so it's still okay. That's crazy. It's less. Okay, whatever. That's awesome. That's
It's
not going to
gonna
be
drop
on your
down to 190. So yeah.
All right, fellers. Let's talk about what we wanted to put off over last week because Chris wasn't here. But let's talk about how to find balance between your reselling business and your full-time job. So Shane, Chris, y'all have got a good perspective of this.
Yeah. For me, I guess I'll talk about it first. I mean, for me, the balance is the hardest part, because I make more money at my full-time job, but I enjoy the reselling more. So it's a constant balance, dude. And then, you got family. Family goes before all of it, right? Mm-hmm. So it's got to stack it up, man. I mean, it's one of the hardest things I've ever done is trying to balance this and keep all three sides happy, I mean, I work from 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. every day. A lot of times on my break or my lunch, I'll list, or I might be packing, and then once lunch is over, back to work, I work from home. I'm lucky I work from home. If I didn't work from home, it would be much harder to balance. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
Like Shane, I mean, I know there's days where Shane don't have time to even think about it, man. I mean, I'm sure when he's working overtime or he's got these big jobs going on like today or whatever, I know, and I've been through that stuff, but I don't have to go into the office anymore. I've been working from home since 2018. So
nice.
For me, the balance, it is a challenge, but it's doable. But it's what did he say on our party? Walking the line,
We're walking the line, people.
Walking the line, people. So that's what it feels like, honestly. I mean, you feel like one wrong step, it could screw up my full-time job. Another wrong step, screw up my profits for the week on the eBay, So, and then let's throw YouTube into the mix, right? So, and then let's throw a podcast on top of it. So yeah, it's a juggle, dude. It's like juggling 4 balls all the time,
Well, and that adds to what you said earlier. You probably didn't even look at it this way, but you mentioned family, work, all 3 different things. You're trying to make people happy at 3 different places, but you also have your personal YouTube viewership. You're trying to keep them happy because you want them coming back to watch your videos. Then you have the podcast, not so much us, but the viewers of the podcast. You don't want to let them down like you did last week when you weren't here.
Really, fucker.
Just kidding.
Remember that one?
People down, Chris.
But no, you get what I'm saying. So you have to think about your viewers that way as well. Like that you don't want to let them down because you're inconsistent like I am or Alex can be sometimes with our videos. So that's, numbers 4 and 5 that you're trying to keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Real.
I'm used to letting
then you got your
down.
personal life, right? Is there anything left for personal life? Well, the podcast almost falls into that part. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mentioned this last night on my live show. I get about 25 minutes every single morning on my back deck. It's dark outside. It's me, the wife, the dog, a cup of coffee in each of our hands. That's like my favorite part of every single day, man, because nothing's going on. Congrats, whoever that was. Nothing's going on. Just us drinking coffee, chit-chatting for 25 minutes. Peace, quiet, my favorite part of the day. Because I know, depending on how my work day goes, Today I didn't get home. I leave my house at 6:30 every morning, and today I didn't get home till after 6. So that's 3 hours ago currently that I got home roughly. That's not a whole lot of time to do dinner with the family, spend time with the wife, eBay listings, YouTube. I wanted to record a video tonight. I even told everybody in my show last night, I'm going to have a new video recorded and posted before we record tonight. I didn't even get the video recorded. So it's tough to juggle and make time and room for everything you want to do in a single day when you have a full-time job. Now, with that being said, I know we're calling this how to find your balance between reselling and your full-time job, but Ben and Alex, you guys, you're full-time resellers. That's a full-time job. So you guys have a easier chance at bringing balance with your YouTube channel, but it's still got to be difficult for you guys because you got to go source. There's a ton of stuff you got to do that we would have to do had we been full-time, but we got to kind of wait and get ours done on the weekends or whatever, which is something else you have to balance. You got to find time to source. But what about you guys? Like, how do you, being full-time, find the balance? Because you're working all day long, just like we are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to be like with my job. Chris, I don't even know what you do, to be honest with you. But with my job, everything's constantly changing daily, hourly. You guys know, right as we sat down to record, I had to leave to take a phone call because I got people out working tonight. Things are constantly changing for me. So that kind of helps, like with the monotony, like it kind of stays exciting. It's exhausting sometimes, but with you guys, it's the same thing over and over all day, every day. And that to me is more difficult than anything else.
Hey,
you guys stop already with your sales. I'll turn it
off. For me, I try to be done working by the time the wife comes home with the kids to go up there and at least make the time to do dinner, make them dinner, or just sit down and eat dinner with them and then lay them down. So, and the weekends, I don't really work too much on the weekends. So I still try to list every day. So I'll still come down here for a little bit and get some listings going on Saturday. But Sunday, I usually just chill with the family all day Sunday, and I don't even really list on Sunday. So that's how I'm finding the balance with the family time and all that. But I'm struggling right now trying to grow the Amazon, being at the bins all day since I'm sourcing there, coming back here, going through all those books I got, and still doing the listing on eBay. You try to get my at least 10 up at every day, After being at the bins all day, I'm tired. I don't want to do that. So that's going to take up getting back in Amazon. I'm going to have to squeeze that in there, and then that's going to take up my Saturday of doing my shipment for Amazon.
Yeah, and that's something I didn't even mention was listings. So with my job being so demanding, if I get off at a decent time, say I get off, I try to leave at 4 every day. I'm home by 4:30. Sometimes I hit a thrift store on the way home, something like that. But that usually gives me time to list and edit some footage or whatever, at least get a little bit of something done. But like days like today, I didn't get home till almost 6:30. And like I said, dinner and stuff like that, there's really not much time. So I have to balance out what little bit of time I do get throughout the week, especially here lately. I don't know why, but like our work's just been nuts. It's been crazy. We've been busy. So there hasn't been much time. Most of the listing and stuff I do, I'll get 1 or 2 things listed before I have to do something else. And that has shown last 2 days I've sold 2 golf clubs, and that's it. Last week was the best week I've ever had, but that week prior to that was super chill, and I was able to list, and it makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. Yeah, Shane. So you know what I do? I'm a systems engineer for a company called Ski Data. We do revenue control software and hardware. So an example, you pull into a parking lot and there's a gate arm there. You got to pull a ticket. The gate arm opens up. I build the servers and the network that make all that stuff communicate, license plate recognition, all that stuff. So that's what I do during the day. But yeah, man, I got the same kind of challenges with the listing. You know, I mean, maybe I'll get a couple of random listings done throughout the day on my free time, you know, or downtime, I guess I'd say, which isn't very often. But usually I do my listing after my kids go to bed. My kids go to bed at 8:45, and then, you know, get them settled in by 9:15 or so, and then I try to come back out and list like between 9:30 and 11 p.m., dude. I mean, that's And then I, you know, try to hit it and then get back up at 5 a.m. for the day the next day, you know. So it's just constant, you know.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Once the family goes to bed, I come down here, and that's probably when I do decide to actually put out a YouTube video. It's going to be editing late at night, you know.
Well, see, and that's like if I get home at 4:30, 5 o'clock, we don't usually eat dinner for an hour and a half after that. So that's usually when I'm listing, that hour to hour and a half. I try to get as much listing done as possible, and then we'll have dinner. And it's a lot easier when my stepdaughter's here. She's only here every other week. But when she's here, her and my wife kind of hang out together, you know, spending as much time together as they can. That frees me up a little bit so I can edit and things like that after dinner. But I always know if my wife wants me to get in here, or Ben's got company, or hang out with her, because she'll say, "What are you doing tonight?" And I'm like, all right, that means I need to be on the couch next to her, because usually she doesn't even ask. She just knows I'm going to be in here listing, editing something. So,
all right. So my situation is different from Alex's because he's married and he's got kids, and I'm single and my kid's grown. So I don't have a full domesticated plate like he does. But being single, if y'all were ever lived being single where you had to take care of everything, you know, I've got this house, the property.
Ben's got to make chicken nuggets. It takes them all night.
Yeah. So as a single guy, it's tough for me because I have to handle everything. And then with my parents being their advanced age, instead of me running over there and taking care of them a lot, they've been doing that for me since Sunday, coming over here to my house. And I hate for them to do it. But when you're single, dude, well, I do have to say, Jennifer, my friend who is joining us here in the locker room studio over here to the side, don't worry, I won't put you on camera. She's been coming over and cooking supper for me and helping out. And that's been awesome. And she was asking me how to use my oven. And I'm like, you're asking me that question? So
come on,
2 minutes and 30 seconds on high.
It's either a microwave, Shane. It's a microwave or it's the toaster oven. That's the only two I use. So
I'm gonna send you some recipes, Ben. Some easy ass recipes.
Yeah. So I think everybody knows everybody's situation's different. No, by the way, you know, we put a poll on our community tab on this channel, and over 60% that watch the channel, they are part-time resellers. So a lot of what we share in this program here could really help the majority of our viewing audience. And then even 8% don't resell at all. And I don't know why they're watching, but we thank them for sure.
Entertainment, man.
It's for Alex's beard. Let's just be honest. They're here for the beard.
So, so yeah. Now we've already discussed all the challenges. What some solutions can you guys offer?
You have to sacrifice. It all comes down to sacrificing. When I wasn't completely full-time, I had a job. When I got those little breaks, I would leave. And like, instead of taking a lunch, you might just have to go to a thrift store. If that's the only time you can go source on your lunch hour, you know?
Yeah.
That's when I used to go to all the thrift stores, and I was doing just books part-time. Just when I get a lunch, I would hit the thrift store and sacrifice my whole lunch hour. I wouldn't eat anything or just bring something and eat it real quick on the way there. You know, you got to source when you can. So you're only going to be able to source during your lunch hour, and maybe if you have weekends off on Saturday during yard sale season. And you're just going to have to, if you have family, you got to take care of that. It comes first. You have to take care of the family. You're going to have to sacrifice your sleep and sleep a little less to get your listings done. And if you want to be crazy and add YouTube to that, then that's the time you're going to find to edit anything too, with full-time job and family. So
yeah, it's super tough, man. Super tough. You know, I mean, obviously in most people's situation, a full-time job is going to be the heart of the cash influx, right? So, you know, family depends on that. Got to pay attention to that. I mean, that's first priority as far as work goes, you know. Like you're saying, Alex, any free time you got where you can go to the thrift store. I'm lucky. I got one, you know, half a mile from my house, man. I can go there on my lunch hour and be back before my lunch hour is even over. Really, you know. I mean,
yeah.
But I'm lucky in that sense.
Well, commitment is a valid point. And let me tell you one guy that has commitment. Chad Wolfman Goodies. He has commitment doing a video every single day, and I watched it today, and that sucker had 0 sales, and he done a video anyway.
Yep.
A what sold video?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he called it. But, you know, he did a show with we got 0 sales today, kids. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Anyway, but commitment. YouTube is a massive commitment if you're going to be consistent on it. And I think I've said on this show that if you're new to reselling, don't start a YouTube channel right now. Focus on building up your reselling business because, come on, you know what pays you.
Well, the YouTube's such a time suck. I mean, I just put out a video today, but that's the first video I put out in almost 3 weeks. I mean, you know, obviously I had the family stuff going on, but I mean, I've had all that footage. That's footage from Crossville, dude. It's just been sitting there, but it still takes time to put it together, you know, and edit it, all that good stuff. But man, tough stuff.
You have to be good at time management.
Absolutely.
Whether you're part-time or full-time. If you lack time management skills, I suggest you go to a library and get a book on time management and read it and study it, implement it, because you're going to have a hard time in this business. You know,
comes down to how bad do you want to do each task. You know, I mean, obviously spending time with the kids in the afternoons, uber important, you know, super important. Got to make time for it. I mean, there's no question, you know, it's just like, how bad do you want to do what you need to do? I mean, that's what it boils down to do, or it boils down to, I should say.
So
see, Shane's probably working right now. Look, he's handling the job.
I'm actually trying to work a deal, Facebook Marketplace sale. You guys remember that Traeger fold down shelf I bought in Crossville?
Oh yeah.
Somebody's messaging me now about it. He's like, you know, you could get more for this. I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't really care. Doesn't work for me. I have a Traeger, but it's mine's smaller than this. I thought it was the same one I had, but this is actually for what's called a Pro 34. Mine's a Pro 22. So this one's like 34 inches. Mine's 22.
Have you tried bacon on that thing yet?
I do quite a bit on it. Yeah.
No, have you tried bacon? Remember we were talking about doing
bacon? No. Got to do it,
man. I just pellet grilled some bacon the other day. Dude, it's so awesome. Made the most awesome BLTs with it.
Well, you can tell him he can pay you more for it if he wants to.
Yeah, I mean, if he's willing to give me more than I'm asking, I'm just asking $50 for it. I only paid $6. It's at $70 retail. So I think $50 is, you know, fair.
I think that's what I sold that one for. I sold one just like it before. I think it was about $50-$60.
Yep. I thought that was fair, and I figured it'd sell quick at that price.
You didn't put it on eBay? Or did you?
No, just for shipping purposes. I don't know if I have a box that thing will fit in.
Is it in a box?
Yeah, but that box is kind of in rough shape. That box is in rough shape. So, I mean, it's new in box, still in plastic, but you can tell that box was out in the weather or whatever. So I would want to box it, and I don't think I have one that'll fit in currently. If I find one, then I'll probably list it on eBay too.
Ben, don't go roll away on us.
That's how you get off topic, ladies and gentlemen.
The box is always my last thought. I always just make a box, buy a box. I do something. Like when I got it, I list it. Like I'll figure out how to ship it. No question in my mind. I'll figure out how to ship whatever I list.
Ship your pants.
But no, one of the managing tactics I use is, you know, when I first started doing eBay, I was doing same day shipping, right? You think, oh, that's easy, same day shipping, next day shipping, whatever. And then I changed it to 2-day shipping. And now I'm contemplating changing it to 3-day shipping just to give yourself a cushion, man, because you never know what's going to come up, man. You know,
yes,
and it sucks being in a tight position, you know.
We were talking about that on my live show last night, and the amount of people that do next day shipping. I used to as well, and it just wasn't working out for me. So I changed to 2, and that's been better. But some days I wish I was like, I wish I had one more day, man. I wouldn't be stressing over getting this one item, Like tonight, I sold 2 golf clubs today to the same buyer. And that's going to be easy to package, but I didn't get it done tonight. Now I'm going to have to like do it in the morning when I wake up. You know what I'm saying? And to make sure it goes out tomorrow. Well, no, they sold today. I was thinking they sold yesterday. They sold today. I'm good till Friday. But regardless, if I had one day, now I got to get up early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And ship them. So that's why I went to 2 day for things like that.
Absolutely.
Ben, I was going to ask you before you went full time, what was your schedule like? Did you start reselling and have another job at the same time, trying to balance it?
Well, I had my own business and had to balance it and reselling. So,
well, that made it easier because you could manage all your time if you was your own.
Well, I mean, I was in the restaurant, and I worked 10, 15-hour days, 6 days a week, and doing reselling.
Reselling on Sunday?
Pretty much, because we weren't open on Sundays.
Yeah, that's tough, man, to work days that long.
That's why this business isn't for lazy people. It's not.
It's true.
You can't be lazy and do what we do. You just can't. You can, but
you
won't make the money.
You have to be self-motivated. I mean,
you can be lazy and not making money and blame eBay, but guess what? It ain't eBay's fault. Yeah. It's the person that's lacking on putting the time and the product in the pipeline. You know what I mean? So
yeah, man.
But all right, gentlemen, what are we doing next? Sale of the week?
We could do that.
I don't have a great sale. I had a whole bunch of like $20, $30 sales, nothing crazy. Let's see. I sold that. I'll just bring this one up since you guys are familiar with it. Alex, do you remember that complete novels of Jane Austen that I thought might have been Easton Press or something that I had that was sealed?
Yeah, yes, I do remember.
I sold that for $30 plus shipping. It ended up being Tally Hall Press.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was a $30 book. Nothing crazy, but I only gave $2 for it.
Yeah, $2 is
good profit margin.
Yeah, I mean, I sold a lot of things like that. I sold a new with tags, old stock 2XL canvas bird hunting vest from Walls. You guys know the brand Walls.
Yeah.
One of those, sold one of those for 35 plus shipping. You know, a bunch of things like that. No real big out of the ballpark freaking home runs this week.
Gotcha. All right, Chris, let's see.
All right. So I bought this bag of new ink. Okay. There was like two of these that I'm showing you right here, and then 2 little box ones. I got the whole bag for $10. I listed both of these items in a double quantity listing, and they both sold to the same person here for $116. Long story short, well, I paid $5 ultimately for this bundle, so made about $85 or so, $87. So that's pretty good little sale there.
Yeah,
that probably qualifies as my find of the week too, because I really didn't source this last week because I was in Arizona, but
that's killer money, dude.
Yeah, I just got that the weekend before, so that was cool, man.
Killer. All right, let me get you mine. Last week I showed this album that I gave 50 cents for. Gave 50 cents. Did the research. It has the right number on the album, but the album cover is not first press.
Okay.
I had 2 people reach out to me after I went live with the listing, and they told me it's missing this symbol and this symbol on the cover for it to be first press. So I had to go back and edit the listing. Anyway, not long after that, I got a $50 offer on it and a $65 offer. And I thought, well, I'm just going to let it go. Got 50 cents in it. It's, you saw the cover, guys. It's kind of rough. Had some damage, water damage and stuff. And I wasn't going to be greedy. So I turned 50 cents and flipped it to $65. So that's my sale.
Man, when I was 16, I jammed that album so many times.
Yeah, all of us did. I will say this though, Ben. I had a guy come into my eBay messages when I had the Tool album up. Now, granted, this thing's, already in the hundreds, for confirmed bids, but I got a guy messaging me telling me you need to take your listing down. That's not a first pressing. Here's this should be this and that should be that. And I did my research and he did have me second guessing myself. So I went back and did more research and I come to the conclusion he wanted me to take my listing down and try to relist it at a much cheaper price. And he was going to buy it, kind of thing, because it was a first pressing. I mean, I had all the photos, did all the research. Those people wouldn't have been bidding on it if it wasn't what I said it was. You know what I mean? Those guys, the guys spending that kind of money, they know what they're looking for. They know what to look for. Yeah. And I think this guy was just trying to, that maybe not the case with yours, but with mine, I know for a fact it was a first pressing. Everything was legit, and this dude was trying to tell me it wasn't.
Eat a bag of these.
I listed it for $100.
Yeah.
So I got more than half out of what I was wanting out of it. So, and with 50 cents,
yeah,
exactly. I was just like, well, yeah, I'll let it go.
Well, that's why everybody's like, why wouldn't you list your record for $1,500? Well, dude, I got $8 in it. I don't care that it sold for $660. That's a killer freaking turnaround.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right.
And Alex, now I got $660 to go sourcing with.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Similar to what you did for sure.
Keep the business funded.
I got an Amazon sale. It's a book. I kind of overpaid for this book. I mean, I paid $1. I know it's ridiculous for a book. I paid up for this one. Let's say that. It's a 40,000 select words. It's a paperback book. It's sold on Amazon. I don't know if you see that for $94.99.
Oh hell yeah!
So that's a pretty good book.
Awesome, Alex.
That's not pretty good. That's excellent.
Yeah. Never pay those prices again though for a book. It's crazy.
Yeah, $1 for books is way too much money.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
I mean,
I can't believe you. I bought an entire box of American scientific research books or something like that for $10, dude, and you're out there buying one for $1.
Yeah. What happened to you carrying around little rolls of nickels?
I forgot my nickels here during the meetup.
Hey, and I'm wearing your shirt, Shane.
Nice. One of these days, I'm going to see Alex in one of his videos. You got change for a quarter?
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. All right. How about this copyrighted segment? Pitiful sale of the week. How about that?
Mine was easy. I sold a TDK Super Avalon 120 freaking VHS tape sealed for $3.50 plus shipping. But I paid like a dime for it, and it's just been sitting. And I only had it listed for like $5.99 or something. But some dude sent me an offer for $3.50, and I was like, you know what? I don't even care. Get rid of it. Get it out of there.
Get it out.
I used to do good with those sealed VHS, the blank tapes, Yeah. I used to do pretty good with those, man, and they're falling off for me. I still have a few left, and I used to sell them pretty quickly, so I continued picking them up, and these ones have been just sitting in my store for like 6 months now with no movement whatsoever. So whatever, let them go.
All right, I got a.
Hold on. We're going to show yours first.
Oh, whatever. Go ahead, Alex.
Mine's more pathetic. Just Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy sold for $5.40 with free shipping, promoted at 3%.
Are you still doing free shipping?
It's on all my old books. They're set to free shipping, and I'm not going to go back through all my listings.
Bulk edit them.
You can bulk edit and change that in 2 minutes.
I ain't got no time.
Okay.
No time, no nickels. What's a man
Right
to do?
on, brother. Okay, Christopher, let's get you back up. All right.
So this was one of my experiments that I mentioned last week or 2 weeks ago when I was on.
Yep.
Oh,
This
yeah.
was one of the items that I think it was down to like $9.99, right? And I took all my items that were under $15, under $20 ultimately, and raised them all to $19.99, and then ran a sale for 25% off. Well, my 25% off sale ended with this set of retired Dial soap sold for $19.99.
That's so crazy. What?
I paid for $4. The payout wasn't huge, but it's a heck of a lot better than it would have been if I didn't run my little test.
2 packs of 3 packs. 2 packs of 3 packs.
Two 3-packs.
She's $19.
Didn't you buy that at the flea market in one of your videos?
She's freaking out over this
Spring.
Oh, okay.
That was Irish Spring.
Huh.
She's freaking out, guys, that we get this stuff pennies on the dollar and then we turn and make so much money on them.
Well, hell yeah, that's the attraction.
I'll tell you what soap to look out for is that Octagon soap by Colgate or whoever the heck. That stuff, man. I know 88's Dave at one time had a ton of it he found, and I forget who recently I saw a video. Somebody sold some. I don't remember who it was, so I apologize now if you're watching. But that stuff, dude, if you can get it in a bulk deal, they're making a killing on that Octagon soap, and I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
I have. Octagon.
Some of the old Irish Spring goes for good money.
Have you heard of Octagon?
I think it's made by Colgate.
Do they still make it? They probably don't make it anymore. That's probably why it's worth money.
Yeah, that's why people are paying. It's like these old timers who that's the soap they want.
There's all kinds of crazy stuff like that.
Get it anymore.
I sold a hair dye one time. I bought these things of brown hair dye, and I sold like 3 packs of them for like $200. Man, it was crazy. I've got them for like $2 at the Salvation Army. Somebody wants that brown number 104 or whatever the heck it was. I don't remember what it was.
Who got the sale?
I got another one.
Alex.
Finally.
Well, this is totally off subject, but I got to take a minute and talk about this. Got to be on Keith's Vintage Sports Flip show last week. What a fantastic time that show was.
It's a lot of fun.
Their segment cut screens are awesome. So, guys, I went ahead and told both him and Andy, I said, listen, dudes, if we can work out a deal, can you all make us some cut screens up that we can use in our show? Because he says we love using them because it helps break up the show a little bit. And I'm like, heck yeah, that's what we need here on this one.
What's a cut screen?
So, but what a great time, Keith. I want to thank you for having me on the show. And he sent me a gift. And I don't know if I've got it in here, but it's an older pennant of Peyton Manning when he started with the Colts. And it's a pennant that hangs down like to a point down here, and it's got Peyton on it throwing a football. He sent that to me just being on the show. So, Keith, thank you so much. It was so much fun. You and Andy, you guys are great. You're a little off in the head on the college football teams, but you guys are great.
Well, let me show you what Keith sent me.
I was gonna say, when does that video air, Ben?
It's already
It's live. It's every Wednesday night. It's live.
Yeah.
So Keith knows, we go to the Kentucky Derby every year. I'm a horse race guy. He sent me this vintage horse racing shirt from I forget the name of it. It's from Mountaineer Racetrack and Resort.
Oh wow.
Look at the color in this thing though, man. This thing is vivid white. That green pops, all the colors in the jockeys pop.
Cool.
That thing's super cool. Thanks so much, Keith. I told him he stopped by my show last night. So I got a lot of packages in my P.O. box. So I opened them on air last night. And that was one of them. So that was cool.
So
Keith
the last
just sending
time
all the gifts up there. This is what Keith got me. I mean, look at that. It's amazing.
That's beautiful.
Not even a sticker. He didn't even send you a sticker.
Right here.
Oh, I did get stickers too. I got Vintage Sports Flip and
the can one's cool.
That's their Rips and Bruise.
Yep. That's where they rip open ball card packs and stuff.
I was thinking different kind of rips.
He had
they're not ripping bongs. They're
they're not doing that. But
they
Chris,
do
you spent too much time at that house.
Yeah, that house that's clearly as of this
trap
morning,
house.
The reseller locker room crack house party.
Well, hey, we've got a lot of people. We've got a lot of people fooled, don't we? We wanted to make it as blatantly obvious so that it would rise curiosity of what went down. But we were in front of cameras. So what do we do when we're in front of cameras? We put on a show. You had to really be there to see what it was really like, fellas. So
it was a good time.
Yeah,
not everybody partakes. I will add that.
Yeah.
No.
Some of us do not, but it was fun and everybody had a great time. Every single person that hung out with us had an amazing time. So no regrets, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Keith showed me after the show, and I think he's already recorded this show, but he had an unopened box of Star Wars cards, trading cards, still sealed in packs. That whole case goes for $800 to $900. And on their next rip show, they were going to rip into some packs of it. And I was like, why would you want to do that? Sell the whole box sealed, but I guess he went ahead and ripped a few packs, and that's what they do on the beers and rips.
Yeah, so
Chris, we should start a rip channel.
Beers and rips.
they rip packs of cards and then they try different craft beers. So it's a rips and brews or whatever they call it.
That's cool, man. That's a great idea. A great original idea.
Yeah. That's up your alley, Chris.
I do like the beers.
Yeah.
And the rips.
I like the craft beers.
If I can have somebody search for the comment of the week, I want to take this moment and thank our paid subscribers to this channel. MVP members, of course, Mike Camparelli, who appeared on the Pocket Change podcast last week.
That's right.
I think it's safe to say that I believe if all the schedules work, we're going to have Mike Camparelli right here with us on next week's show. So make sure you tune in for that.
Sweet.
And then we want to thank Keith from Vintage Sports Flips. Go check out that YouTube channel. Him and Andy do a great job over there. If you like sports memorabilia, vintage stuff, that's what they're about. And then we want to thank Rick in Maryland, and then our Skybox members, of course, Wolfman Goodies, Trash Cash Podcast, Flipping for Laughs, Mary McQueen, Good Water Pickers, and Captain Morgan Riverboat. Now, don't that just sound like a party on a raft?
Wonder where he's out of.
I don't know. I need to reach out to him.
Let us know where you're from.
He's got a YouTube channel. He's got a YouTube channel you can check out.
Let us know where you're at in the comments, man. I'm curious.
Yeah, let us know there, Captain Morgan. Absolutely. All right, who's got our comment?
I'm still digging. I just finally got over here to it.
Okay. But yeah, if you've not signed up to be a paid supporter of this channel, you can click on the link below or hit that button that says join. We have 3 membership levels to your satisfaction. One is just the tip, and that literally means just the tip right there.
Do we have any more just the tip members? Or they all go up?
Oh, they're all MVP and higher. And actually, we have more Skybox members, which is our top tier. And then our MVP is $4.99. Our Skybox is $9.99. Just a tip is $1.99. We have more in at the Skybox level than we do the other levels. But if you join in at the MVP level, you get access to all the backstage video footage that we put out just to paid members. A lot of stuff from our adventures at Highway 127 are put out just to members that you can go check out. And so there'll be a lot more things that we're going to get together and offer our paid members in 2025. Because right now we're getting ready to come into the 4th quarter and everybody needs to buckle down and blast through death piles. And then we're going to start off with some new stuff on this channel at the first of the year. So, all right.
We got something we need to do, Ben, is we need to start thinking about the Skybox members and when we're going to have like guest appearances from those guys, you know?
Absolutely. We're going to get our Skybox members on the show as a guest. We'll get on that immediately.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We keep talking about that. We got to eventually pull the trigger. All right. I got a comment here from a Susquehanna Picker. Part-time reseller and YouTuber. It's tough. I create drafts at work and finish listing at night. As for content, pretty strict getting our podcast weekly, but picking videos, it's tough. I have 3 external hard drives of footage. I'm just backlogged on editing, getting a lot better with the reels and shorts, though. So Susquehanna Picker basically saying the same thing as we've all said last week and this week about when it comes to having a YouTube channel. It's kind of tough when you're a part-time reseller to stay on top of everything. And it sounds like they've figured out a way to do it to where they're getting a lot better with reels and shorts. But they gotta work through those backlogs. That's something I'm struggling with. I know Alex, you do as well. We record a lot of content and we don't have time to get it edited. But thank you, Susquehanna Picker, for the comment. And I just want to add, they're at 735 subscribers. Let's get them to 1,000, y'all.
So is that the channel that has the podcast, or is there?
Yeah, they mix in a podcast on his channel. I just read the comments today, and I actually went to check their channel out, and I watched his latest picking video. It's actually really, really good. So go subscribe over there.
Go check it out.
Yeah, it's a good channel.
Sweet. So what we need is more good reselling podcasts.
Yeah.
As long as they're not better than us. As long as they're not better than us, I'm good.
It'd be better than some of those other guys. It'd be all good.
We're the
that's something I talked about on my live show last night too. There's some podcasts out there. They're all about just having fun. There's some podcasts like I find that our podcast falls into we bring information. I think Ben, it might have been you or Archie. Somebody called it infotainment or something way back in the day.
Infotainment.
But we have a pretty big, like, we base our video or our show around topics. So we try to bring that information and knowledge and stuff like that. But we like to have fun doing it.
Yeah.
So there's podcasts out there like that. We fall in that group, I feel. Then there's some podcasts that are all information. And to me, that's boring. I can't watch that. It wouldn't bother me to listen to it while I was working, but that's not one I could watch.
How about the ones that are all crap talking?
They don't. I don't view it the way some people do. I think it's hilarious. It doesn't bother me at all. But like I said,
I didn't say it wasn't funny.
I've met those guys. I know they're good. They're good people. They don't mean any harm. It's, to me, I like to throw the punches just as much as they do. So it kind of goes back and forth. So I
Wait a minute, you throwing punches?
Bring it on.
My official stance is no comment. Stupid buyer of the week.
Oh, just kidding.
Do we have a stupid buyer of the week, gentlemen?
No, I do not. I had no issues this week.
So everybody was behaving themselves. All the buyers acted the way they were supposed to.
So far.
I have no idea. I never checked my messages.
How about a mistake? Any of y'all make any dumb mistakes this week? How about that?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I went on I put my store on vacation mode on Tuesday so I could go to Arizona to take care of my godfather. And I clicked the button that was stop all sales when I put it on vacation mode. There's 2 options. I guess it defaults to that. And then you got to choose to go ahead and continue to make sales or make sales available or whatever, however it's worded. So it took me about 16 hours to realize I did that. I'm like, man, I got no sales at all. Let me check this. I was like, oh, shoot. So just my advice, don't do that unless you really don't want any sales. It took about 2 days for my store to start getting sales again.
Holy crap, dude.
It killed my impressions, dude. Seriously. Obviously it does, but they didn't come right back when I clicked that button to continue sales. You know what I mean? Like, it was like a process. So yeah, that was the stupid reseller mistake of the week on my part for sure.
Wow.
I still ended up with a good week. You know, I still got to pay out at like $850. So it was awesome. But Yeah, it could have been better.
I've wondered about that, because every time I put my store on vacation mode, I always, allow sales for whatever the option is. And I've wondered about that stopping sales, because I'm like, and I feel like you just proved my point, or at least my thought was that if I do that, how long is it going to take for my store to recover when I turn it back?
It took about 36 hours after I clicked it before I got another sale.
Yeah, that's too long. That's too long.
You can't do that, boy, when you're in full-time status. You be panicking. Yeah.
I'm learning.
Yeah. I mean, I've actually done that before too. What you just said. Yeah. It sucks. But anyway, we're going to cut to Alex because
don't get in a hurry. Hold on a second. Sorry. Don't get in a hurry when you're making changes to your eBay store. You will screw yourself.
That's good advice. Good advice. Well, in this week's edition of Rocky Top Picker Channel, we have the great one, the sleeping angel, Beard King Picker in the thumbnail. What say you, my young bearded friend?
Let's say
2 more minutes, Ma.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip this segment to my find of the week.
Wait, Shane, you're the one that said that. Couple more minutes, Ma, or something like that.
Yeah. I was trying.
What I was going to try to do, Alex, when I had that camera on you, man, and the lighting sucked, is I wanted to get so far close to you to where we could see the hair up your nostrils when we were saying all that. So it's time to get up. Wow. Booger, rise and shine. But anyway, all right, enough of that. I just thought it was a good thumbnail to do.
Yeah, any of the money you make off that goes to me.
Okay. I'll send you 2 pennies in the mail.
Right on. I need it.
Well, we got 9 minutes. Anything else you gentlemen would like to talk about?
Yes.
Alex wants to do find of the week.
Find of the week.
Oh, yeah.
On Amazon, current buy box is $103.99 on this book. This came from the 127 from the big buyout I did. I finally started going through this, and unfortunately, this book has water damage, so it's probably going to go on eBay. You can kind of tell the pages on here. I'll list it at $100, but I doubt I'll get $100 for it. Unfortunately, one of the whole boxes, a lot of the books were water damaged, so it's still a cool book, and the graphics are sick on this book.
Huh? That's cool. I loved Street Fighter back in the day.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
That's a good video game.
Oh, wait. I got a find of the week. It was actually a find of last week. So I found this old Packard hood ornament.
That's cool.
Nice.
It's from like an early 40s Packard. I don't know the exact year, but it is oxidized a little bit. But I got it for like $5, and I think it'll sell for like 90 or 100. Like the Primo ones are like 400.
That's nice.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's early 40s Packard hood ornament.
You didn't do any. Well, shoot, Ben, you didn't do any sourcing. You gonna?
I have nothing.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I've been too much work. I will say this. And Alex knows. Not this coming weekend. The following weekend, in Columbia, South Carolina, we have the what's called the Big Grab highway sale. It's only 50 miles, but anybody who's local, I will be there. Evan Flippy McFlipperson usually goes. I don't have plans to meet up with him, but Chris, Buck Mountain Barn, and I are going to pick together. So if any of you guys are in the area, come find us.
That's awesome.
Yep.
50, is it 50 miles long, you said?
Yeah, it's 50 miles. It basically goes from Columbia. It's Highway 321 from Columbia, South Carolina, up to a town called Winsboro.
You'll find a lot of stuff, I'm sure, in a 50-mile span.
I've done this sale before, but it was before I was a reseller. It was just when Lindsay and I wanted to get out and do some yard selling, and we caught wind of it on a Facebook group or something. Yeah, and we were like, yeah, let's go check this thing out. So we did the whole sale in one day. It's a Friday, Saturday thing. I took the day off. Friday is when I'm going to hang out with Chris. And then I'm trying to get my wife to go back with me on Saturday. So I'll spend the day with her doing it too.
That'd be a good time.
Cool.
Absolutely. All right. We miss anything, gentlemen?
Nope. Just gonna give everybody an update. You know, I was gone last week on family emergency, like Ben mentioned on the episode,
yes.
And just letting everybody know that my godfather was sick, and he's doing better. He's not 100% yet, but he is better, and my trip was worthwhile. So,
well,
glad to hear he's doing better, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you went.
Oh, yeah, me too.
you needed to, man. You needed to.
Yeah. The only last thing I think we should do is let's get this lady friend of Ben's on screen.
Yeah.
She's out the door, gentlemen.
She went the other way.
Yeah.
That was all she needed to hear. He's gone.
But no, Jennifer's a great friend. Been taking care of me, cooking for me. It's been great. I need to get out of this wheelchair because you guys know I don't just sit around. I got to be up and moving around. But anyway, we want to thank you on behalf of Chris, Alex, Shane, and myself. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Reseller Locker Room. Check out the airing this Thursday, 9 a.m., every Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard. Join us next week. We got Mike, the Godfather Camparelli, and ambassador to the locker room, joining us here. We can't wait for that. We can't wait to see you again. Peace and love, everybody. We'll see you soon.